Welcome to episode 2 of Fate Awakens, the long-awaited episode 2. Last time, our level zeros decided to go about their day, go through town, and a large tear in the sky with shadows moving through it appeared.
Yikes.
The last thing they saw were darts of dark masses dart out of the sky and a scream from down the street. So as that scream from down the street, you hear multiple screams from multiple locations down the street, somewhere behind the building, the library, and deep into the forest as well. What would y'all like to do?
Well, something seems to be wrong. One of you big men go check it out.
Well, I might have to go see what's happening to my paw.
Yes. We should keep everyone in the library, maybe as a safe place. Start getting the townspeople together.
I'm gonna go look outside and see look around. See if anyone is, just standing idly and trying, usher people into their homes into safety.
Looking outside and looking around, immediately you see from down the street someone running. You see passerby just kind of looking at the young lady running by. They're all looking for where the screams are coming from.
I'm gonna yell, "Get inside! Everyone, get inside!"
It already looks like most of them already are.
But not
all of them. A couple of them look at you and then immediately go in their doors and shut it.
Okay.
What about the rest of you?
Okay, my house it's on the edge of the woods, but it's not
Correct.
far from here, so I'm gonna beeline it there. Not full sprint or anything, because I'm not sure what the issue is yet,
Okay.
but I'm gonna start hurrying towards my house to make sure everything's cool with
Okay.
Art.
You start doing that.
I'm going to do the opposite of all that. I'm going to hunker down by the fire, get nice and cozy.
So you're going back into the library.
Just going to wait things out.
Okay. You do that. You're getting warm.
I'll instruct some of the older orphans to maybe start barricading windows.
Okay.
And, kind of maybe getting them upstairs.
Okay. You also notice that Razim is nowhere to be seen as of all day today.
Well, that seems to be him most days, so if he comes, we'll open the door for him.
So what do you want to barricade with? Chairs?
Yeah, I imagine we probably had some sort of protocol at some point in case we got attacked. So
Okay. There's a couple chairs.
Before he barricades, I want to go bring Chino inside, because I would never leave my steed abandoned.
Okay. As you're starting to barricade, you see her and Chino the mule
priorities.
trying to get in the front door.
Help!
Hey, I don't think with him attached to that cart that we'd be able to get
There is
him.
no cart.
He just has little saddlebags.
Yep. Still a large
Tim's a strong boy.
animal coming through your front
I'd
door.
like to maybe object. Are the saddlebags full of wine?
Yes.
I'm busy with the orphans, so
I get Chino
you guys see all
inside!
that. Yeah, you guys see all that.
I just cock my head to it. Don't say anything. I don't know what's going on.
The flavor of wine overpowers the scent of mule.
Okay. How about you two?
If I notice all the orphans and stuff moving chairs and desks or whatever,
Okay.
I'm gonna
Easily done.
Yeah, I'll just help out
as
the
well?
way I can.
Okay.
Seem like nice people, so least we can do.
Okay.
Inwardly panicking.
I can do that. A 15.
Okay. As you start doing a quick jog, pretty much, to your father's house, you notice at the corner of your eye a shadow move. Very strange, like abnormally.
Okay. I'm gonna look that direction, but keep running.
Okay. As you look that
And-
direction, you don't see anything else. But your house is within view.
I don't love that, so I'm now sprinting.
I don't like it.
Not
All
a
right.
fan.
You sprint. Your dad seems to be just sitting in his rocking chair, just staring up at the tear in the sky.
Or, you know the deal, we need to get to the library in situations like this. Come on, I'll help you. Like, kind of put his arm around me.
Okay. He gets up. He obviously almost falls as soon as you get his arm around you. But you get him up and start walking him back.
Alright, I'm gonna be moving to the library.
Okay. All right. So, as you guys start the barricade, you hear a extremely shuddering scream
From outside?
from outside somewhere.
That's good.
Feminine,
Inside is a
masculine.
problem.
Right.
Outside?
It's most likely feminine or young.
Would I recognize if it was one of my kids?
If I heard a scream, I
It
would
doesn't
go
sound like Razine, but you could be mistaken.
Because that's the only one I'm missing right now. Okay.
If I heard a scream, I would go outside to check on that scream.
I'll go
You
to
could go. How are you going outside? Unbarricaded?
The front
I'll
door
go out a window.
Okay. It's not barricaded. The front door.
door
Everything
is,
else is though.
Yeah, like the windows and stuff. Yeah.
Okay. All right. You go outside. You hear it again, and it's coming from maybe behind the building in front of you. So that would be the bakery.
Okay, I will run that way.
Okay. You run that way. As you do, you see two dark masses on the ground just shift a little bit and immediately disappear.
Don't love that.
Nope, don't like it.
No. Are there any people anymore?
As soon as you reach around the corner, you hear a scream. You see a lady there, and all of a sudden she almost disappears into the ground with a dark mass covering her.
Don't like it.
Very glad I did.
Okay, I'm gonna.
And the dark mass disappears a second later.
Okay, I'm gonna look inside her back door real quick, see if anyone else is in the house, and if no one's there, I'm gonna run back and I'm gonna report exactly what I saw.
As you start to approach the library, you see a dark mass, like a huge mass covering 2 stories tall in front of the door. It looks almost like it just moves across the entire library.
Cool, I'm gonna do a whole. Across the library?
Across the library itself.
This fire's really warm.
Everybody get out of the library! Okay, I'm gonna run back and I'm just gonna yell in the street. No, wait. No, I'm gonna run and I'm gonna watch it, I guess. I don't know. Just watch and see what it does.
Okay, so she panics.
I panic. I take my action to panic.
Okay.
I think panicking is a free
Phone
action.
freak out.
Free action panic.
Not the way she's doing it.
How long are you
vigorously
gonna
panic.
sit there and like stare and panic and kind of freak out?
Until I feel like I can go into the door of the library.
Okay. So a few minutes.
Sure.
That's
All
a
right.
lot of time.
Is that enough time for me to
Yeah, you'll
get
probably be
insight
back.
of this?
Since you ran off and started coming back, you'd start to like calm down a little bit. As you can see her down the street, kind of just sitting there staring at the library.
I think I went to the window that she jumped out of and just walked. I don't have any eyes on her. Is she like veered off at some point?
Yeah, you
I
wouldn't
can't see anything
her.
from.
You'd see
okay.
her as soon as she went around the bakery. You would lose her.
Okay, I think I'm just staring out of the window too, like apprehensive
Just
to go.
watching? You
Yeah,
would
just
see her-
looking for anything. Like
You
see
would
if I
see
can
me
hear
come back.
Yeah,
and
you would
panic.
definitely see her come back and look immediately. Like, start running, stop, and just look horror struck.
That's not reassuring.
Mm-mm.
And a few minutes later, if you stare at her for a while, you'll see him. You'll see her maybe turn to look at him.
Cool. I offer no help. I turn to you guys that are just.
Arena, get inside!
Something is very wrong.
I'm gonna like look around and up and see if I see anything wrong.
You notice the streets are kind of clear. You don't know if that's wrong or not, but
Get inside!
No, look at the building.
I'm gonna move towards her and like grab her with my other arm. So that I have like one on each
I'm
side.
gonna push him away real hard.
okay.
We got the people.
Alright, well if you're not gonna let me help you, follow. And I'm
Look
gonna move towards her.
At the building, look at the shadow.
I'm looking right at it.
As you look at the building, from the upstairs window, you see 2 shadows just come across the top window and go up.
All right. I see it.
No, everyone is in there.
All right. I'm turning. All right. Well, let's get inside and help them.
Okay.
I'm just staring.
You see them like
out the window.
double take back and forth.
Guys, I think something's happening.
Do we see him? Do I see him at the window?
You would see him at the window, yeah.
Okay.
I'm not subtle.
I'm
very much not in a good place.
So I'll probably see you and I'll say, get everyone out of the building.
Okay.
I'm not sure that's even a good idea. Where? Andon!
I'll peek out the door. What are you doing out there on the street? Get inside.
I'm not sure that's the plan anymore.
Well, do you feel safer out there?
A little.
No.
I'll turn to you guys and say, the angry woman with the wine and the donkey said we should leave, and I am inclined to listen to her.
What? Well, why won't you come inside?
I feel like inside's a move.
The town is under some sort of shadow.
We call that nighttime.
Listen here.
That's how you discover
No.
Generally happens after daytime.
Moving shadows. Bad moving shadows. They took someone.
Now that you've clarified,
I don't know
Well,
what we saw,
they're
but-
not in here. So.
The baker. I went behind the baker's building and a shadow took her and she's gone.
As you're sitting there yelling, you feel a tug on your arm.
Okay.
You look, it is your father whose knees are in the ground with a shadow around him.
I'm gonna like grab under his shoulders and
You start
kind of
grabbing
hit the ground and
pull
pull
up,
him back.
roll an athletics check for me.
They're still in the street. We still see this?
Yes, you see this happening.
I don't
Nat
see
20.
this.
Nat 20. You hold on to him, but he doesn't budge. And you can feel the resistance as it feels like he's pulling straight down.
I'll
Can I
grab like an old dagger by the door.
Okay.
And like go out and try to like
Stab the ground.
Okay.
Can I help pull his dagger?
You start.
Does
okay.
it look like something's like leeching onto
No,
him?
it looks like a dark shadow under him, and he's just going into the ground.
Like a Wile E. Coyote hole that he just
Yep.
dropped in.
Except you can still see the ground. It just literally looks like a shadow on the ground.
I'm gonna keep pulling like till.
Okay. You can roll athletics again with her. Are you proficient in athletics?
Yes.
With her modifiers added to your normal roll.
+2.
21.
21. And you're not proficient with athletics as well? Okay. So as you're sitting there trying to pull up, you just keep him at bay, but he is still trying to be pulled under.
Can I try to bring like a lantern or something? I know that shadows react to light, usually.
There's no lantern.
I'm gonna start yelling.
There
for
are
help,
candles.
I'll try to.
Do you want to go back for the
I'm
candle?
in
or
the
you-
library. I mean,
Okay.
I could just grab something off the wall, right? Like, what do we
Okay,
keep
as
the
you
place
start
lit
to-
with? You know?
Yep.
Anybody, do something.
As you
Art!
go up there.
I like just wave it at the shadow, I guess.
Okay, you wave at the shadow. You see the shadow move, and all of a sudden Art kind of moves with him, but his legs pop out and the shadow disappears.
Oh, thank
I say,
God.
well, we don't have that inside. Now, come on.
I'm like laying on my back, like trying to crawl over and get to my feet while helping Art up.
Okay. You get to your feet with Art. He's like, what in tarnation was that?
Well, I don't know, Pa.
I'm not sitting here for that. You better take my ass inside right now.
Lift him up and kind of throw him
As,
deeper in under a chair first thing I could find that he could sit on.
yeah,
As y'all get inside.
As I get inside, I'm going to say, all right, everyone. We need to light every fire and candle we can in this place. Every lantern. We want as little shadow as possible, so arrange them around the room.
Okay.
My orphans are definitely the same.
I'll take care of this one. I gesture to the already lit fireplace. And I just kind of do this little number.
Okay. So as you turn around, to warm your butt, your shadow moves in a way you're not moving.
It's not pleasant. I'm not happy with this
And then it
situation.
stops.
Oh, it stopped? No, we're good then. Okay.
I still have like 6 torches from when we were in the woods or whatever, so
Yes.
Would this
use
help?
those, Yes.
Yes.
I'll
Just,
start passing out
light
the
them.
6 torches that I have.
Yeah.
Take it. What?
Hey, I'll take one
Look
here.
at that.
Try to get as much light in here as possible.
Oh,
Run over
Hey,
and
this is
light it and
76.
give it
There's
to
plenty of flammable books around, maybe.
my father.
I don't know if this.
Lighting everything on fire might not be the move.
Well, no, but they seem to know more than we do, so it can't hurt.
Fire.
Light the books on fire.
Uncontrolled fire in the library.
Fire in the library.
Yes. I will continue to hold my torch
Okay.
next to my fire.
All right. So as y'all sit there and just kind of hold your torches and just wait for a minute, a few seconds later you hear a series of screams from multiple humanoids
I'm so.
of ages, different sexes, everything.
Yeah, but we can't just sit here.
I'm still at the window, just looking
We
at.
could go to the
You don't do anything
monastery.
right now.
Okay. Wait, no.
I believe the monastery may be part of the problem. I meant to save this for you all later, but I have a quick letter to read.
Is it story time?
This may be relevant to our current situation.
I would like to sit crisscross
Well,
applesauce as you
we
read
all are
this letter.
sitting here by candlelight. Maybe it is.
The
appropriate.
rituals are breaking. Something has happened to them. The pillars are cracking faster than they were supposed to. The suppression won't last much longer. At this rate, we have months, not years, not decades. I'm afraid there is something countering our suppression. We must check on the other 12 locations and see how their pillars are holding up. I am doubtful, though. This is most disturbing. Please send a letter back with Arine. She is most accommodating in these times. Your friend Ewan. The monastery may be the safest place to go, but also may be the source of all of this. If we are to leave, I think we should leave while we have plenty of torch left, so to speak.
Just like to say, I feel like that should have been covered before the meal introductions. Kind of a vital bit of information.
I just got this from one of the other
well.
elders, yes.
Well, it's better you're here with us than out in the woods.
He makes us something fun.
There was no creepy shadows in the woods. There was a raccoon, but no creepy shadows.
This letter arrived after your arrival, so I've hidden nothing.
I feel like we don't have too much time to talk about this.
I think perhaps we go for the monastery with as much light as we can.
Yes.
I'll bring a couple books along that may help us, but they're very old, hard to read, hard to interpret, but anything related to magic, I suppose, would be helpful.
If anything, they'll make kindling.
So everyone take 5 minutes or less, as little time as you can, get your stuff together, and then I will lead us all. I will lead us all to the monastery.
My backpack got it.
Let's go!
The only thing me and
Well,
I think
help
is what
the
we
kids
got on
pack
us.
little what
Oh,
they
well.
need and make sure we have plenty of sources of light.
Again, you gave us food and shelter when you didn't have to. I think we can do that if nothing else. The fact that we made it through the woods, just the 3 of us, is a miracle. I don't think we can deal with this by ourselves.
Miracle it was. A miracle it was.
Let's just hope, please. Just this once.
So I guess we'll start wrapping up. I'll grab maybe 5 or 6 of these very older magic kind of books. Some stuff I can't interpret all the way, maybe.
All right. So you all
Food, clothes.
Yep. You all grab the essentials pretty much. A few books.
My backpack.
Are we taking
Your
taking it with
backpacks.
us?
Yeah, we're gonna take everybody with us in the library.
I'm gonna take Edmund aside for a moment, and I don't think that we should scare the kids, but they need to know that they need to stay with us no matter what.
Playing a
Well.
game. Follow.
From my experience, orphans are some of the toughest children around. I believe, though scared, they will be with us all the way.
Okay.
All right.
I'm gonna go kind of kneel in front of my dad.
Okay.
Got everything you need? Do you think you could make this trip?
Should grab an extra pipe, but yeah, let's do it.
All right, I'll be right with you.
All right. So you all pick up what you
we'll
need.
also grab that, I guess, purple book that you guys were fighting about.
Oh, that is definitely in my possession.
Okay.
That's the only thing in your possession.
It is quite literally the only thing.
All right. So once you guys gather your things and step out the door, immediately you see about 7 or 8 shadows on the ground in front of you, all shift and start going towards the front door where you're at.
I'll
Maybe we should make a circle of torches.
I'll put the orphans in the middle. keep your torches towards the
No,
ground.
I've
Don't
not
let
left
the
the door,
shadows
just so you
touch
know. You're at the door.
you. Yeah, I'm giving
Okay.
instructions for
Okay.
sure. Yeah.
That makes sense.
I'm gonna kind of push Art behind me instead
Okay.
of by my side, and then kind of take my spot up near Edmund at the front.
Okay. So as you have the torches out and you've kind of made a semicircle around the front door, these 7 or 8 shadows have now risen slightly, and you just see like shadowy, transparent figures in front of you and have not moved. They're just staring at you and not coming any closer though.
I'm gonna take my dagger off my hip, kind of just hold it out.
Yeah. I'll just kind of use the light as the weapon. I'm kind of doing like seems to be effective, right? Yeah.
Okay. So as you're outside more, looking around, just they're not backing up, even if you come close to the light, but you see another 2 or 3 in every direction starting to pop up and start to come closer.
I think we need to run.
I
Yeah.
think you might be right.
I'll put, I'm gonna put Chino in the middle with the kids, and I'm just gonna say, everyone hang on to him. He'll move fast. Just hang on to him and stay with the group.
I'll say, Arene, to the front. Lead us to the monastery.
Okay.
As you step to the front, roll perception.
Okay, that's, I'm okay at that. Look at that. Wow. 20, dirty.
Okay. As you do that, you notice from on the library itself a large foot, almost as big as you, step in front of you. And as you look up, you see the shadow off the monastery itself, or off the library itself, kind of turn into a figure itself. And just from down below, kind of reach towards you and your group.
I'm gonna hold my fire up and try and burn it.
Okay. It goes through that, and you all of a sudden see the finger starting to close around all of you.
Run.
Just like
Roll
put
a
my
disbelief.
hands back on whoever's behind me.
Run! And I guess we'll try to get out of this, right?
Let's try.
Yeah, just run. Everyone
I'm
run.
gonna
We can't
turn
do
around and
anything
put my
else,
arm around my
so-
dad and kind of run with him. Like
Okay,
I was
kind of like
earlier.
dragging his feet
Mhm.
behind in a way. All right, 1 and who's in front besides you?
I think it
I'm
was
pretty
like
close to the
her,
front.
Him, me,
Yeah.
orphans, you guys kind of around the back.
Yeah, I was imagining I was in the.
1, 2, and 3.
I thought I was bringing up the 6, so
So you're in the back.
I'm definitely behind this guy.
Okay, so you 3
Well,
roll
we
a
all said we're in the back.
dexterity save.
I'm being a relative.
13.
9.
I'm sorry, actually 11.
23.
I don't have
21.
mods.
With your level 0.
Level
Oh.
0.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah, but filthy commoners.
14. Darn.
Ouch.
That's a big difference.
Sorry, what'd you get, Justin? 9. Okay. So both you duck out the way. This hand kind of grabs you and start to pull you straight up.
Okay.
You are now lifted off the ground.
Okay.
Edmund, I'm gonna like kind of reach up after him,
Okay. You grab his,
dropping my
grab his
dagger
feet.
and torch.
I'll
Alright,
say,
you have his
protect the children, run!
All right. You have his feet though.
Yep, I dropped my dagger, my torch, and my dad.
All right. He's lifting you. Roll a strength check if you want to hold on.
Take my energy.
A 2.
That's not.
Nope. You get about 2 inches off the ground and lose grip.
Okay.
Bye, buddy.
Starting to think about like leaving my dad behind and kind of like.
All right. You get lifted up,
Right.
and you immediately, from up here, see that there are hundreds of these little shadow figures all around the town in every direction. And you also see that this large, extremely gigantic creature that's larger than your library is now picking you up as his legs and arms come off of the surfaces into a massive figure. And he just holds you and just starts looking up at the sky where this rift is. And as you look up, you see the rift is starting to like open up a little bit more.
Does this creature have like a form, or is it like a giant like shadow?
It is a giant shadow, but you can kind of make out 2 arms, 2 legs, and a head.
Okay.
It kind of looks like a very wavy human form at this point.
Okay.
But it's a lot bigger than the library is, and the library is 2 stories.
Did I get the children to safety?
Yeah, I did say that.
He said children.
I would like
Go,
to vote
go.
run.
Yeah,
Like, I mean, the children, they're fine, but run.
You're gonna run?
That's what I said.
yeah.
I'm gonna look at them for approval first, because if I run by myself, I'm dead.
Okay. Every second you do, you see more and more of these creatures.
Okay,
These
so I'm
shadowy
no longer
creatures
looking
come
at both
forward.
of them for approval, just big guy.
Okay, I will turn around and I will tell you three. I'll say, take the children. I will point in the direction of the monastery and I will say, go that way as fast as possible.
How many
Run.
children are there?
I'm gonna take the 2 smallest ones and like kind of get to my feet, pick them up, and put them on Chino, on his back, and then kind of like slap his ring.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
do that.
Like, yeah.
All right.
Is there a tiny one?
I imagine Chino's taking off.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think I'll grab a child in both hands.
All right. As soon as
Let's
Chino
go, let's
starts
go.
taking off, about not even 10 seconds into the run, Chino's legs like almost like he starts to fall, and you see 2 shadows underneath both his front feet, and they start going under the ground.
I'm not even looking at this anymore. After I put them up, I'm looking at my dad.
Chino is now like kind of falling down and stopped. He's not moving anymore. Are y'all continuing?
The children that I'm not carrying any kids, but I am definitely like running behind them and like if I get close to them, like giving them a little shove
Hurting them?
to like speed up. Yeah, I'm like almost hurting them. So like if I'm catching up to them, I'm pushing them to
Okay.
like, run faster.
Okay.
I don't think you understand our life. Literally.
So y'all continue on no matter what.
I'm moving. Yeah.
The biggest thing-
If I see Chino going down, I'm gonna like look, but
Okay. Y'all pass.
I'm gonna look up at Edmund and
Edmund is being walked across town by this large human
So that
figure.
thing's leaving.
It is walking, and it's still looking. It's not looked at y'all. It's now looking straight up at that large tear, which is getting bigger.
Carrying me.
Yes.
I'm up. Try hitting it, I guess.
Okay. Roll an attack roll.
I believe in you. Don't kill it.
What is unarmed strike at?
Your strength.
Type 16.
You're just punching it, and
not
nothing
bad.
is. It's not even looking at you. It's just holding you. It doesn't even like flinch.
I'll try communicating it. Try communicating with it in every language I know.
Okay. It doesn't seem to even.
Common,
Say anything
Elvish,
back.
Dwarvish, and Abyssal.
Yep. It doesn't even seem to like say anything. It just doesn't even hear you. It just continues doing what it's doing. What are you doing? Sheena's looks to be being taken by 2 of these shadows on the ground.
Yeah. I'm more worried about the kids. So, are you guys like up there?
Yeah,
Oh.
they've already
they're
passed.
They're running, yeah.
Okay.
we got the kids. We're hurting them away.
Do
Like
our
all
best.
of the ones, including the ones on Chino?
Did somebody grab the Chino kids?
Nope.
No.
Okay, so the
Nope,
Chino
grab the
kids are
Chino
still
You
there.
got the Chino kids.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go grab the Chino kids.
Okay.
And follow
Okay.
them. And I'll say, Edmund, I'm sorry.
Am I close enough to hear that?
I'll
perception.
yell it.
If she yells it, yes.
I'm gonna look back
Oh,
as
yeah.
I hear that.
Okay. You look back and you see Chino. Pretty much his front 2 legs look like they're completely underground now, as this shadow is getting larger underneath him.
It's hard out here for a mule.
This mule is not doing good. It's letting out this horrible, kind of
Gray.
weird neigh that is not sounding great at all.
I'm gonna snap my head back forward towards Art and Dad, I'm sorry. I need to protect the children.
It's okay, go. If I make it, I make it.
Forgive me, and take off towards Chino and Arena.
All right. He almost falls down immediately, but gets up and starts limping, kind of towards y'all.
Oh, God.
I'm gonna
We're far ahead.
I assume Tybalt's like just with the kids and with them running.
Tybalt is
And, like,
also in the
like
same group. Yeah,
Helena.
he's running. He's got one of the kids on his back.
And Helena's run with them too.
Helena is holding one by the hand, one of the younger ones.
It's not that small. It's not like
From this height,
kids have an adult, except the ones that I just threw off on a mule. You know,
I wish I
it's my responsibility now. Here we go. Make up for
Just
that.
the one.
It was a good
the
idea.
one.
Just the one.
Okay.
Wasn't a 0.
Okay.
Just possible.
All right. As you guys start running, At one point, you hear a scream, and you know it's your dad. Somewhere behind you.
I'm gonna.
You're far enough ahead where if you look behind,
I'm gonna kind of
you
wince and keep running towards
Okay.
Gino.
Oh, you mean past Gino at this point?
I'm running to him and trying to get the kids off his back.
This has already happened.
Arena
You already got
got
it.
him.
Yep.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Well, yeah, I'm gonna meet up with them, and I'm not
Okay.
looking back.
Okay.
When
Like,
you meet
I
up
know.
with us, I'll hand you the kid.
Okay, and I'll grab one and kind of throw him on my back.
Okay.
Yes.
So as you're running, you hear in your ear,
Yes.
"Hello, young one.
That's
It is
me.
a pleasure to make your acquaintance."
So I definitely am not expecting a fee. Like I was assuming a voice would come eventually, just with the whole prophesy thing, but definitely not expecting a female voice. So like at first I'm kind of like confused, but then I'm just like, this is the way it is. Who am I to judge? Somewhat strangely accepting.
You may call me Duchess if you wish. I have chosen you.
Can I speak back mentally, or do I have to verbally? I would like to think and answer a response, and then like wait.
What are you saying?
I'm gonna think in my head. I'm gonna be like, okay, Duchess? Question mark. I want to think that, and I'm gonna pause.
Do you have a problem with my name?
No. Again, this is all up here.
Mhm.
More a problem with the voice in the head thing, but I could get used to it. Question mark. Very confused by this whole thing. So
I am protecting you right now, diverting these shadows' attention. I need you to survive because I now have access to this realm.
I need me to survive too. So I'm glad we have that in common.
Then we can benefit each other.
Sure. I don't like the sound of that, but it's all I got.
I have unlocked your potential, which you will soon realize.
Okay.
Stay alive.
I can try that. I mean, if I could get like some of that potential now, that would make things easier in the whole staying alive department. If we can make some kind of exchange here. Like, what do you want me to like pledge allegiance or like soul for a soul situation? What are we talking here? Because at this point, I'm open to all options.
Stay alive and tell me you'll be mine.
Can I tell you I'll be mine and then stay alive?
You're going to stay alive if you're mine.
Then yeah, let's. Where do I sign?
It is done.
That was surprisingly easy and painless. I always thought this would be a much more painful experience. But okay. One question. You know, I've said a lot of things in my day, both about the bad and the good. So I'm just curious, which side are we on? Like, is this the, you know, up in the clouds, all the food you could eat kind of assistance? Or is this the eternal bond where there's fire sort of assistance?
You will get to know me shortly.
That tells me that it's not the good one, but okay. And then at this point, like, I'm just kind of gonna shake my head because I kind of walked into what I assumed to be some form of bad deal, but because it's so fast and I'm also fearing for my life, I'm kind of just gonna roll with it.
Okay. As soon as the voice stops at the end, you feel almost a hand on your back. Kind of gentle but strong at the same time, and it's almost pushing you along, and you feel it almost guiding you in a certain direction.
Is that direction? It's guiding me the direction I'm already running.
Yes.
Okay, so it's not like trying to turn me.
Yep.
I mean, I'll go. I was going this way anyway, so it's just
Okay.
par for the course. And then I'm gonna try to just ask like a series of questions to see who I'm dealing with. Like, what are you Duchess of? Are you vengeful? Like, are you peaceful? All those kind of questions. And I want to get some kind of feedback.
Okay. As you're asking questions, you get no responses anymore.
That's what I figured. Aside from the hand on my back, do I feel anything? Because she said I'd get help. And I'm not feeling a lot of help, except for a little push, which I can run perfectly fine on my own.
That's all you're feeling right now.
Okay. Then I got nothing.
All right. As you guys keep running, you kind of see, or being carried, you kind of see Higglesby over there.
So guys.
Kind of lean a slight right.
What is it? I got a bum leg. Kind of just goes that way.
I'm not worried about him at all.
To be fair, I'm also not worried.
I don't think I'd notice that.
I would notice that, and I would try to help. Or see what's going on.
Like he's limping, or he's running not the same direction as him?
It's
Like
like
he did like a little veer.
it's like he's starting to veer a little bit.
I'll yell at him. Jethro, where are you going?
I'm gonna like look and like notice that everyone else is going kind of that way, but like that way, like noticeable. Oops. And then I'm gonna try to.
Okay.
Can I?
You can.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Roll perception again.
17.
Okay. You see, at the very edge of town, you see Razim running northwest towards the mountains.
Is that too far away for me to yell?
You can try.
We'll try to yell. Razim to the monastery!
Okay. He doesn't look up, but it was pretty loud.
Poor little orphan.
Okay. In front of you five, plus everyone else, you see about 6 shadows pop up in front of you and just start coming in at you.
See,
Like blocking our path.
Yes.
I had the right idea of going beep, but no. I got yelled at.
You're closing in seconds.
I'm starting to like pick up my pace of moving, and I'm not stopping. Like
Okay.
with the kid on my back, I'm like moving through them, like toward.
You
like,
want to go? You want to try getting through them?
I'm going.
I'm gonna try to go around him.
I'm gonna try and go around him.
Okay.
I'm gonna follow this guy's wind tunnel he's creating.
Like bum,
Just drafting.
Like bum through one.
Who's in the front now?
Definitely bum drafting this guy.
I mean, it must be me.
I feel like you're in front now, or at least both of you. You're still in the back, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Roll a. You're trying to dodge or bum rushing through?
I'm like swiping at them with my hands, like almost like hooked hands, but like trying to push through, almost like in a frenzy.
Okay. Roll me a attack.
1.
Okay.
Natural kind.
That's what we wanted.
All right. Immediately, you get to it, and being right behind him, you see him swipe. One of them hit, the other shadow just kind of envelops him, and you see a dark mass appear all around him and engulf him.
They have the kid on his back?
And the kid on his back.
I'm gonna be like
And you feel
screaming, but almost
Almost-
like in a guttural, like crying pain.
Yeah, you feel almost as if a tight blanket has immediately wrapped you.
Okay, I'm gonna try and attack the shadow that is engulfing him and the kid. I'm just gonna try and.
So you don't see anything except him in a shadow. Like you feel like if you swiped, you don't know if you would hit him or the shadow or both.
It's a chance I have to take.
Okay, roll an attack roll. Y'all see this in front of you. This is all taking place in like 3 seconds. 3? You go to hit, and you hit him for 1 point of damage.
Sorry, buddy.
These guys will roll better for my sake.
Going through the deepest, darkest moment of my life, and you
I'm
strike
gonna
me.
dart right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I had the right idea.
yeah, he had the right
We're
idea.
going back to the right.
I'm darting right.
I'm gonna
Okay.
yell, "Help us!"
You immediately You see the dark shadow underneath you and start pulling you down. Your feet are now underneath the ground. Roll athletics check. Or acrobatics.
Before I even try to get out of it, I'm gonna try to like throw the kid off my back
You can do that.
instead of trying to help myself.
The kid is thrown onto the ground, but you can...
For a natural 20?
Alright. You throw him off and immediately like jerk out of this motion. You feel yourself almost being pulled out of almost like a cobweb has been pulled off of you.
Okay.
And you are now free. And this shadow is now coming closer to you as you...
So just kind of like,
Run.
am I
Kids on the
standing?
ground. Yes, it's almost like you stepped out.
If he throws the kid on the ground, I will snatch that kid up.
Okay. You snatch the kid.
Yep.
And y'all run and you're running, I'm assuming?
I'm just gonna follow them.
Okay,
at this
you
point.
follow at this point. Are you all running to the right now where he's going?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just following Arena. I can barely see in front of me. My eyes are full of tears, and I'm probably pretty like snotty and stuff. I'm like basically like cry yelling as I just like picked a point and I'm now following it.
Okay.
Sorry to hit you.
Roll a dexterity saving throw.
16.
16.
It's a spry old man.
As this large creature reaches down, he hits his hand on a building going down, and you have enough time to roll off onto the top of this roof. As an old man. First, it's a one-story.
Okay.
You're on the roof of a one-story building.
I'll roll to the edge of the roof and try to
Shimmy down?
like scoot down, put my hands up, and then just like drop whatever the last foot is.
Roll a acrobatics check for me.
My dexterity in theory is not that bad. 13.
13. You get to the very edge, and looking down, you just like drop, and you don't catch your feet, but you catch yourself enough to roll and not hurt yourself.
Land on my butt, sort of.
Yep.
I'll
From where you were before, you have an idea where they're at. It'll take you about 5 minutes to run to the location they were at.
right. Well, I'll just go where what I know is the fastest route to the monastery.
From where you're at now? Okay. You can start doing that.
Which maybe it's probably very similar to the way they're going. I'm just
It
saying.
will be once you're in the edge of town. Once you get to a certain point, it's pretty much the same way.
Right.
What do you want to do about shadows? You want to avoid them? Try to run through them? What's your plan?
Do I see anything
You know,
based on where I am on the town?
Mhm.
Am I in a reasonable straight line going where I'm going? Would I pass the blacksmith or something? Somewhere where I can literally
you're
just
closer to
swipe
the
a sword?
edge. You can get like a pitchfork or something from a farmhouse.
Yeah, if I just see anything on my way that's like could be used as a weapon, even.
Roll a perception check. 4. You see a stack of hay.
Not even a pitchfork.
Not even a pitchfork.
All right. Well, if I encounter a shadow, I'll have a couple of rocks on the ground near me, hopefully.
Okay.
But I'll try to avoid them, not fight.
Okay.
I'm still trying to dodge.
All right. So you guys see this large creature from the corner of your eye reach down a few times, and all of a sudden, one time he comes up, you don't see it anymore.
Or just crack
Who
my
sees
head
that?
against a
Everyone
roof
sees
with
that?
my body. I don't think
Not you, because
anyone
you've been
sees that.
bawling your eyes
I'm
out.
not looking up that way.
You've got 2 kids on you. You don't see it either.
Okay.
Am I
You three
am I
of them would see.
behind them? Like
You're not really behind them, because the creature you're being held by is so big that his one step would be like 5 minutes of their run. So you're not ahead of them or behind them. You're kind of on just a different part of town than they were. You 2 are pretty much, or you 3 are pretty much leading now. You're in the back of those 3. Are you middle or front?
Middle, I think. I'm not.
Okay, so you'd be leading.
You veered off, and I think we just kind of
Yeah.
followed behind.
So he seems to be like doing really well, like dodging these things and not even getting close to them. You haven't even seen nearly as many as you were prior.
We can question that when we're done with this.
You guys notice this as well. There's not nearly as many shadows in this area.
Like slowly start getting my bearings and like wiping the tears away from my eyes as like the adrenaline from the moment starts leaving,
Okay.
and my composure comes back slightly. Although I'm obviously still pretty.
Yep. You 5 roll perception for me.
19!
8.
8.
21. Or 22.
5.
5.
5 and 5. Okay. You got 8.
Just staring at
19.
19 and 21.
22.
I dig.
level 0, rolling 22s.
Plus 3, 19. 2 is proficiency.
You still get proficiencies.
Oh, shoot, then I
Very
rolled a
impressive.
21.
Okay.
6.
So you two.
So
Still an
still
eight.
just you two.
Still an 8.
All right. So you two see a older child, teenager, running through the woods, kind of north.
Do I recognize him?
Not from this distance.
I definitely don't. I mean, I clock it, and I'll point it out, but...
If I see a kid, I'm gonna be like, hey!
As
We're
soon
over...
as you say "hey," he disappears in the shadows of the trees.
Oh,
All right. Y'all are now outside of town, and you see him kind of like hobble running towards y'all.
I'm spry.
Spry hobble running.
You could just fall off a building. You know?
That dex is 16, bro.
Not yet.
Not yet.
So as you're running, in your ear you hear, "Are you okay? Keep following him. He knows where he's going."
I think I blink a couple times, and I look around to see if Arene or one of the children are whispering.
It's okay.
What?
I've chosen you.
I say that. I say what I just said.
Okay.
I just stumble on my words, and then I think I stumbled on my feet a little bit. I look to Jethro. Does that seem to be the him that is being referred to?
You look at him. He seems to be leading the pack pretty well. It is okay. I appreciate everything you've done. Just stay safe.
I keep walking, and I just whisper under my breath, Who are you?
You know who I'm at. You know who I am. You feel a warm glow against your chest as you say that.
I think I pause for a second, and what's behind me like hits me and like drives me back into the void. And shake my head and shake it off. And I'll just think to myself, I'll deal with my slow descent into madness later. Let's get everyone to safety. Shake it off and keep running because I don't know what's happening, but that's something to deal with once it gets there safe. And I just say, sure, why not? Some days you just can't catch a break. And I can
As you're running, at the very end of that, you feel a warm glow almost around your whole body for about 2 seconds, and it disappears.
I think even with the suspicions that he's thinking right now, it's still unnerving. There's no way that's not unnerving. He's trying to figure out if this voice in his head is just him going insane or something deeper that he needs to look into. But compartmentalizing, we'll deal with it. We'll deal with it later. And he'll make sure he has all of the small children are moving forward.
Yep.
And we'll just say, let's go.
Okay.
And I'll try to pick up the pace a little bit, revitalize, not entirely sure why. But another mystery, another day.
Okay. You keep running, following him. Shadows seem to stay away. So, y'all start running, and eventually you catch up to him.
Oh, thank goodness. Did you kill the monster?
As you look behind
Emmett,
it, see it's still there.
Are you all right?
I'll be fine. We just need to get to the monastery.
Okay.
Have we lost anyone?
Chino.
All right.
Let's just keep going. All right.
Keep running, then.
Okay. At this point, you're kind of past the farmland and getting to the path going to the bottom of the mountains. You don't see like any shadows out here. It's pretty much a normal day, besides looking back and just seeing that big scar in the sky. As you look back, though,
Can we tell like more what hour it is? Like, I mean, is it still nighttime, kind of dusk?
no. At this point, it's probably at least an hour past. At this point,
Okay.
so it's 9-10ish.
Okay.
Is anyone still holding a torch?
Yeah. I don't think I ever
Your
got
torches are pretty much
Okay.
after an hour will pretty much be dying down.
Yeah.
I dropped mine a while back.
I imagine we can probably fashion a couple from any dead wood we find on the ground, at least temporarily as we travel.
Or the books.
I think it might be a good idea to rest for a moment, and I'll grab some wood we can light.
We seem to be relatively out of danger, but
How far out is this monastery?
Arena, how long do you think we could?
Takes you about a day.
Yeah, about a day.
I think it may be best to rest, but keep watch in case any shadows seem to
Did we have
approach
tents?
us.
We had no.
I have nothing.
Okay.
You don't want to set up camp?
I mean, that would be kind of DM discretion. Did we have any general travel goods in? I mean, surely not enough for this many people.
No. We're rough.
I think
If you took the essentials, I feel like you would have taken like water skins, a few rations, like some basic
Like I have
food.
my pack, but that's like
We've probably
a
got
bedroll.
food
You know,
and
it's not a tent.
if we're all kind of discussing this together off to the side,
I think so.
I assume Helena and Tybalt are probably feeding a little bit of water for the younglings, getting them some rest. Well, what do you all think we should do? I think perhaps we should keep for the monastery. It would be a long night for the children, but being out here,
It's almost a full day away by my knowledge.
yeah.
That's a long trip. That rest, especially
Yeah.
after the night we had.
Normally, you would know this. It usually takes you morning to night to get there. Most of the time, depending on what time you leave.
Yeah, it's
8 hours or so.
Yeah, it's at least half a day's
I
journey.
think
left.
I'd also like to interject. We've been traveling for how long now? I would not like to spend another night. We have yet to rest since our 3-day travel.
I'd
Fully.
rather this than go back and
Yeah.
deal with that, whatever that hell was.
You can still see the rift and the large shadow creature
It
from
doesn't.
this distance.
Yeah, there's no way I'm turning around.
If I
Maybe,
rest while you guys tend to the children and make any kind of fashionable sleeping arrangements, I can stay up most of the night. I rarely get tired, so if I can stay up most of the night and keep the watch.
I'll stay up with you.
No, you need.
I know everyone else needs to rest, and I even asked for this a little bit. I wanted to stop. I don't think I can sleep tonight.
Okay.
I'll take you aside, and I'll just kind of wave you over. Well, remind me your name, young man.
It's Remdil.
Still, I believe I will be making for the monastery tonight. I would like to have the monks at least meet us here with any supplyable force of people, food, or water they can bring us. I would like you to accompany me as a safety precaution. You seem quite a stout fellow.
Well, I am.
Orine and Drawl should be able to watch over the kids from this distance, and they know the way as well, but if we can meet halfway, it would be more ideal.
I think I need to talk it over, and I've been traveling with them for quite some time, and
they might need some rest. I'd probably push forward with you. It's been a while since I've slept.
Very well. I'll go alone if I must, but I'd feel better with you with me.
Yeah, just give me 1 second, and I'll go to them.
What's up, big guy?
Edmund, he wanted me to go with him, so I think we're going to push forward to the monastery.
Can we hear this?
I took him aside. I'm gonna break the news to
But
you
he
guys.
came
But he
back.
came and was talking to them.
I was gonna break and talk to you guys as well.
Can you just tell them where they're at?
Yeah, I'm not really going to hide it much. I mean, at this point, I'm
Yeah.
not keeping anything from them, so you
Okay,
guys
yeah,
are
that's
probably
probably
over here
Okay,
as well.
sure. Yeah.
This part.
I'm just gonna stand up silently and go walk over to Edmund.
Okay.
Like not far.
Right.
I mean, I feel like we need rest because we've been traveling for quite some time, but I'm also not about to leave this guy. Considering, no offense, but I don't know these people. I'm going to stick with the guy I know who has defended me previously. Dominic?
I hear you, and I somewhat agree with that one, but there are children here. Half of me wants to say, if you're leaving, I want to go with you, but someone has to stay here with the children, even if, like, I don't know.
Our goal is to bring some of them monks back. Maybe meet halfway, so
Would you like to go with him?
I'm going to go with him. I'm not staying.
If I hear all of that,
Yeah, I think I'll
I think
motion everyone.
so
So we can just make it one big conversation.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab him and kind of walk you back.
Okay.
While starting to talk about this, like get filled in with kind of what's already been spoken about.
there are 11 children here. I cannot watch them alone if you leave and you possibly leave and you two possibly leave.
I was only planning to take Rimdale with me, but I will go alone. I know the way to the monastery. I've been many times. It's merely a safety precaution for...
You've only ever been up there with me escorting you, though. Maybe us two should go? I'm not sleeping tonight anyway.
You need more rest than perhaps Straw. I just felt a comforting face from the village may do more. Rene comes once a week, but... No offense, of course, but you're an integral part to the village, but not a villager yourself. They have Helena with them and Tybalt as
But
well.
I trust Irene to stay behind, even with these strangers we've become very accustomed to in a very short amount of time.
I think the four of us should stay behind and rest with the children. You two should go
The
ahead.
danger seems to be back that way anyway. So maybe we should keep the big one here with the kids?
Very well. I just want to make haste. The sooner we can get the monks here, especially the head monk. He knows a bit more about this than most of us.
Does that sound alright to you guys?
Yes.
Yeah, I will say at least it looks like whatever that was isn't too keen on tracking us down. It seems relatively content to stay with whatever that is. So,
Irene, is this okay with you?
Yes, this is fine with me.
Alright,
All right.
Evelyn, let's go.
Why don't you give me a minute to say goodbye to my wife?
And I'll take a minute and I will say, I know you know how sorry I am about your father.
I know. Just like a single tear is gonna roll down my face, but
I'll go up to Helena, I'll give her a kiss on the forehead, and I'll whisper something sweet to her, and tap my boy Tybalt on the back, and I'll go to Ron and say, alright, let's go.
Tybalt says, Father, do you want any of these books I took with you just to keep them safe? Grab another
Yes,
three of them.
give me a couple of these. I'll grab like 3 or 4, the ones that I was having a hard time maybe transcribing, some of the older ones, just to see if maybe our head monk can take a look at them.
Okay. He also hands you the 3 books. You actually notice one of them looks different. But you notice one book, but it looks like something was added to it that you didn't see last time.
Okay. I'll maybe take a look at it as we travel.
Okay.
As you two break off to leave, I'll just walk up to you and just put my hand on both your backs and say, for whatever it's worth, possibly not much, I just pray my lady walks with you as well. And I'll just do like a quick prayer. Probably more to just comfort myself than anyone else. And then I'll nod in respect, because this is incredibly dangerous, and I'll just leave.
As he does that, you both feel warm. Just a weird sensation.
I'll nod to him and I'll say,
I will protect my children. That's with the little strength that I do.
I grabbed that book of interest you were reading while you were in my library. Tybalt should have it. I believe it was another transcription of your goddess's message.
Appreciate it.
I'm not sure why you're here, but I think Fairwind brought you here for a reason. You brought me comfort that I'm not sure that I thought I'd feel tonight.
Believe it or not, I was just told to travel south. And so I traveled south, and more south, and I met those folks. I motion over to Jethro mainly with a bit of a scowl on my face. And I never felt like I was in the right place. And this doesn't feel correct, but it doesn't feel wrong. Does that make sense?
Somewhat. But, hey,
It truly doesn't, but I appreciate it.
Stars watch over you tonight.
I was not a very religious man myself, but Daewin, the god of the stars, let him watch over you tonight as well.
Believe it or not, I got into the order for it was a punishment originally. Community service. It's funny how things work out like this.
Indeed.
Oh my god,
Let us make haste.
Big haste.
Alright. You two head off, going into the mountain. You all start setting up a basic camp.
Yeah, I'm gonna start kind of like, I'm going to start taking sort of, I'm assuming the kids have like a bag or something.
Kids don't have much of anything.
I'm just, whatever they have, I'm trying to like, being a money numbers kind of guy, I'm sort of going through the things, allocating, all right, how much do we have as a unit? Like altogether, how much stuff do we have that's gonna make us, like, I'm quickly gonna notice we're underprepared.
Oh yes.
For 11 children, 1, 2, 3, 4 of us, plus your wife, and so we're vastly underprepared.
I think between the three of us, we have like 3 honey crackers left from the original trip.
I have nothing except for the things that I grabbed on the way out. So, like, we're not.
We probably had a decent amount of food in our house. I mean, it's also an orphanage. You know what I mean? Like, we have food to feed 11 kids, breakfast, lunch, and
Food's
dinner.
not what I'm concerned about. It's the environment. Do we have tents? Do we have?
So
You did say it was like summertime, though.
Y'all should be fine.
It's not
today.
cold.
It's gonna be. It might be a little uncomfortable, but it's not gonna be like freezing to death kind of thing.
Right.
But Tybalt does have his pack with him, which includes a tent for 2 people, a couple of blankets, a bedroll, and a good amount of rations to feed at least everyone for at least 2 days.
Okay.
I think if Tybalt makes it known that he has blankets and stuff, I'm gonna bring mine to him, show him the rope that I have, and maybe we can tie. Maybe there's a tree or something nearby. We can.
Oh yeah, definitely.
We can tie some up, so at least we have what feels like a little bit of a roof over our head for the night.
Okay.
Just tie blankets together and whatnot.
Okay.
Feel safe.
Y'all get a sort of makeshift lean-to with blankets, a tent, and you've got enough to get. It's going to be cramped, but you have enough to get by. But you all make camp. As you and Edmund start going down the path going to the monastery, you kind of hear whispers in the forest. Both sides of the path. And it kind of sounds like they're calling towards you.
Okay, I'm gonna kind of look around but keep moving forward. I'm very in my head at the moment.
Okay.
So I'm kind of trying to ignore them.
Okay. As you try to ignore them, it sounds like they're getting louder and louder in your head. Almost like the more you ignore, the more irritating it is.
Okay, I'm gonna keep walking, but like almost with my head down.
Okay. You notice with your head down that a lot of insects are kind of crawling with you. As you peer off to the left or right, you see like a rabbit kind of hopping down the path with you.
Hey there, buddy. You doing all right?
You swear for a second you saw it smile as it just kind of darts into the woods.
I almost smile,
Okay.
but I remember the night and catch myself.
Okay.
As I continue on.
All right. You continue on, and every so often you see another animal, a deer, squirrel in a tree, a chipmunk run across and just kind of look up at you and go across. Just
Is it normal for this many animals to be
normally they avoid
like? Would I
you.
normally see this many walking?
You would see a few here and there, but this is an abnormal amount, and they don't seem to be afraid of you. It's
Mhm.
almost like they're warming up to you.
Okay.
But you keep walking down the path. Whatever conversation between you and Edmund happened. But this happens the whole trip. We'll end there. Episode 2. And we will resume next time.